So now, having cut the top glass off, there's that adhesive that remains there. Now I need to show you how to clean it, and I have myself this cleaning liquid. I don't know what the chemical composition is, but it's what I use to clean, and I've poured myself some here, and as you notice in the background, I've got myself some tissue. Now with a bit of tissue, I will just dip in a little in here, but being careful that this liquid doesn't go in between the lower layers, so I prefer to do it with the screen upside down and wipe. So don't mind, I am going to turn it upside up such that you see the effect, and that's the first bit of it. Now let me get myself new tissue, because I noticed that was already smudging, and I again are going to dip it into that solvent and then turn this upside down, then clean outward. Then you can see some improvement at this angle. Yep, you can see that there's some improvement there. Now we need to come all the way here. By the way, I'm giving it support at the back. I'm not using a lot of force because I don't want to deflect the screen. It's actually glass and can shatter anytime, a very thin one for that matter. So I would prefer you had a supporting surface on the back, but okay. So right now there's very little adhesive, a little solvent in here. Okay, swab. Yeah, we are getting there, because remember, when we bring the new touch, if we get, we are not going to bond it together with this. We're just going to place it, because I do not have double film adhesive that I could just place, and I once tried to use UV glue, but it only would spill into the reflective layers underneath, and that's recipe to disaster. Ugly display. Let me pour myself some more. I think I'm not helped by the fact that this thing is still hot, and this liquid is volatile, so it occasionally evaporates. Be careful, making sure it does not spill into the inner layers. Yeah, it's a painful process, and that's why of recent I really don't offer it, because of the difficulties involved. I just had a lapse of concentration there. Get the feeling some liquid might have gone underneath there. Okay. You see, this is an organic solvent. You don't want it to touch that ribbon, because it will dissolve the OCA glue that bonds the fiber onto the LCD. It's really delicate, and when performing it, you have to have your theory, know what could or could go right. Yeah, these videos, if you were to see every step, are really long, and at times cutting it usually doesn't give you the impression of the difficulty involved. And just the overview. Yeah, I noticed I had started cutting off the topmost layer at that point, so that is not glue. That's actually the layer that helps you see the pixels. I don't know whether I should call it polarizing layers. I don't know. If you peeled it off and looked into the screen, you would not see anything unless it is on top. Okay, I guess new tissue. So at times it's a repair that involves patience. At times we reach this far because we just need to know how far repair can be taken. Okay, this has a lot of the liquid. Let me squeeze. Oh no, that just dripped there. Hope not. Hope it didn't enter. Right there and there and there. Okay, so any sign of glue completely. So this is where the gloves come in handy to help prevent you putting fingerprints onto the screen. So I think that is sufficient. Let me see if dry TP could help me polish these little fabrics of tissue that remains. Okay, I don't know whether that also needs cleaning, but I suppose it does. Okay. I think this is also one of them, right there, and then that. Okay, and then around here. So after cleaning, I need to test the LCD again, whether it's still displaying. Yeah, so it's one of those processes where every stage is very risky. Connected, need my battery there, and place this down and plug in my battery into the socket. And then bring this and hit the power button, and yeah, as I feared, the liquid snuck in. That is irreparable. I don't know whether you can see that. Yeah, so every stage is, so usually these sacrificial repairs where you make certain compromises for certain gains, but I will simply evaporate that liquid, but the effect will remain there on the reflective layer. And yeah, so just let me put it on the hot plate for it to gradually evaporate, and I'm going to set it to a temperature of 40 degrees, so that should be for just fine without it being bleached. Okay, so we had 55 set, then drop it down to, okay, let me drop it down to 50. It being a volatile solvent, it should be able to evaporate some of that liquid. Yeah, it's a delicate process, so I thought those dark spots that you're seeing, when we get the touch, they will start vanishing slowly. Yeah. You know, the next stage is looking for the So thanks for watching. Please do subscribe. We'll return when we get the touch layer and we start pressing it. Now it's okay.